you want to write your blog post, okay? So once you get on, when you add a new post, this is where it'll be added to your blog, okay? Now, one of the key things to remember is to Hello and welcome back. I am so happy you're here. Today we are doing our last video in the mini series, so I hope you've been keeping up with those. If you missed those, you can go watch them on, the previous videos, or I'll leave the link below for you to click on, but it's on my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Christina Spohr, and I post videos all about small business tips, tricks, and ideas that you can use for your business. Now, we're talking about WordPress today, okay? In the previous video, I actually gave you a nifty tool to write your posts, structure them in there, and it also lets you know if you could Google index. This all goes hand in hand with let me get on the computer for you now. This all goes hand in hand with what I was talking about with creating your free account on the other one. So in order to get the nifty tool I was talking about, you have to create your free account, okay? I'll leave the link below for you. Now this is all through WordPress, which is really cool because once you do create your free account, you'll actually come to here, your home. Oh, you can see I have the other video up. I was just doing all the videos at once for you. You can see that it'll come to the home here, and this is where you access, the tools, your website and stuff like that. And this is where it incorporates WordPress in there. So this is why Site Rubics is the platform name, and it incorporates WordPress. So this is why I'm talking about WordPress. And if you just have a WordPress blog, that's cool, but you won't be able to access the nifty tool, or it doesn't include hosting and stuff like that. You'd have to figure out hosting and stuff on your own if you just purchase through a WordPress. But if you purchase through Wealthy Affiliate, it includes hosting and a bunch of other things for your website, like site support. So let's say you want to write your blog post, okay? So once you get onto your WordPress and you create your website, you want to go to your posts and hit Add New, okay? So when you add a new post, this is where it'll be added to your blog, okay? Now, one of the key things to remember is to create headers. You probably want to have 300 or more words, especially if you're looking for it to get ranked in the search engines. You also want to make sure you add tags. This is how it gets ranked in the search engine. And then a featured image, which is what shows up on your, let me show you, website. The feature image is if it were to share it on social media, that image would be used. If it's on your blog, that would be used. This is a blog I did in the previous video for the nifty tool. I wrote it out and showed you how to publish it from that tool to WordPress. And as you can see, I didn't add the image header, so it won't be shown. But if I were to add that image feature, it would show. Okay, so that's what that is. And then this is just SEO stuff. I personally use Yoast SEO as a plugin, but that's for another video because SEOing is a whole different story, okay? So what we're going to be talking about is just writing a blog post in WordPress, okay? So you know how to get there. Then once you get there, you'll want to, let's say you have your header, you have another header, you have another header, and then you have your conclusion, okay? So within these, I actually like to come bold them. So you can come bold your first header, you can bold your second header, your second one, and you can also bold your third header, or second header, whatever you want to do. And then your conclusion, okay? So I actually like to use second header for most of them. So like this one, I personally found I like using the second header because let's say within the post, I'm going to be breaking it down into something else. Like say I have in this header, it's like four ways to blank, lose weight, 4 ways to eat healthier, 4 ways to put on makeup, 4 ways to exercise, 4 ways to blog, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. Under those 4 tips, when I do the 4 tips and lay them out, I'll actually do those 4 tips in a header 3. Because when you actually have too much content in one paragraph, say I were just to write those out without having headers, sometimes it might say, okay, your readability isn't very good. And this is why I do like using the Yoast, because I can check it and it's like, okay, well, you know, your transitions words aren't there, your consecutive sentences, and I can go up there, look, and it's like, okay, well, I know that's consecutive because I haven't changed that. But it lets you know how readable your post is. And if I were to have not these chunked and then write a really long paragraph, it would definitely say you have more than 300 words in a paragraph. It's hard to read, okay? So that's just why I do that. It's completely up to you and how you want to structure your post. I'm just kind of showing you how I like to write a blog post and how to write a blog post in WordPress, okay? Then I also like to add maybe my links if I want to link to previous blog posts. Say I want to center something, or I want to add quotes around something. I can add quotes around something. I can go in and add numbers if I don't want to number it myself, but because I want to do headers, I would actually number it myself. If I want to italicize, they don't have the underline option, but if you want to underline, all you have to do is highlight what you want to underline and hit the Control U. This is for Windows. I'm on a Dell. I don't know about Apple computers, so I don't know if it's the same function, but I think it is. So Control U is how you underline things if that's not an option available, okay? You can always go in and change the text colors if you want. So there's lots of things that you can do. Whoa, something just smashed outside. There's lots of things that you can do when you're writing a blog post to make it interesting. The key is to make it interesting for your reader to look at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through some of my posts to show you some that maybe didn't do very good, or I didn't need to work on the readability of it, versus some that had good readability and were ranked, okay? So let's go to my published. So let's say using hashtags on Instagram. So it looks like the read SEO score is good and my readability score is good. So this one is a good one to look at, and then let's find one that's a not good one to look at, which would be like this, orange or red. But most of mine, I don't have any red posts, I just have orange in there. So let's do one that's too orange, and then let's do one that is 1 orange, okay? That way you see exactly what I'm kind of talking about, okay? So, in the first one, which was everything was good, readability and SEO was good, I can come down here, and as you see, I had my first header, okay? So I made that header 1. I wrote my paragraph, things about it, and you see I added bullet points in there because I wanted these bullet points to be examples. Then you can see the next header, I did header 2, okay? Then I'm talking about 4 tips for using hashtags. I could easily break it up and do my header thing, but because I made these real quick tips and I didn't go in depth in them, I actually left them how they were. If I were to add a few more sentences under each number, I would actually put it under, like I said, I would put it under the H3 tag. That way it separates it so it's not too long of content in there. So, because then the readability, like I said, wouldn't work. Then I have my next tag, and it's the last one, and then I break it down into some hashtags, okay? So that was just one example of a post that I did. And at the very end, one of the things you want to keep in mind, you do want to maybe have a call to action, something that gets them to do something next. So this is all related to Instagram. So what I'm promoting is my 7-day free Instagram growth and momentum email series. And what I'll do actually is, no, I'm not going to actually do it, but because I changed the image. I was going to change the image for you, but actually I'll just do that because then you can go in and edit the image really easily. You see how that image, I don't want to use it, so what I'll do is I'll actually take that, I'll exit out of it, and then I'll hit enter, and then I'll center it again, and you'll add the image, where it is, add media, and you can upload the file or go to your recent files. I'll go to my recent one, and then I'll insert it there. Perfect. Now, because I want the link, I want this clickable, I'll actually make sure the link is clickable. So, I'm just going to edit that because I'm going to copy this link. I just hit Control-C to copy. If you're on your WordPress or on a Dell or a Windows computer. And then I'll hit Edit. And then within that, I'll come down here, you see links. You'll want to hit Custom URL, okay? Then you'll hit A, and what I did is I just copied and pasted into the URL. I will also, with that, I'll make sure to put Open Link in New Tab because I don't want people to click on it and then go away from my website. I want it to open in a new tab, so if they're not really interested in it, they still stay on my website and continue reading other posts or things that they can follow. So when you check the readability on the post, you can see everything is pretty good. The only thing I could work on is transition words, but that didn't ding me too much because everything else is good on it, okay? So that is a good one. Now let's go to one that is mediocre. So this one, the SEO is okay and the readability is okay. Let's go figure out why this is, okay? So the SEO score, when I go down here to it, you can see my meta description is not good. So the link, that's too long. And then you can also see, let's see, image, alt attributes, image that does not have alt attributes that reflect the topic. So what does this mean? The image attributes. So this means I'm actually in this blog post, I'm specifically talking about how to create a fan page on Facebook, okay? So what I would do is that if I go to this image right here and I hit the edit, I don't have an alt text in there. So I would put how to create a fan page on Facebook. Because this is what that image is about. It's my Facebook page, and that's what this post is about. Now let's go down. And do you see how just that one little thing, I changed that, it actually made my SEO into good because I changed that, okay? I can go in and change these other things. It's like text length contains only 274 words. I recommend 300 words. But this post was really meant to watch the video as opposed to necessarily read. I just wrote everything out so some people who don't want to watch the video, they can kind of look at it and get the idea of what it was. But this was more of a video blog post than a blog post, okay? And as you can see at the end, I don't have any, for the business and stuff for Facebook, I didn't put a call to action. So I wanted to show you because that is actually not very good. I just put, P.S. if you want to work with me personally, coaching, you can message me, okay? So that's somewhat of a call to action, but if anything, I probably maybe would have been like, check out if you're using other social media, check out this blog post, or download, I create a free offer for Facebook, but I haven't done that yet, or did I? I just didn't publish it. But so I hope this is helping you. I hope you're I'm sharing you literally stuff I've learned, stuff that's not working, stuff that I'm doing better, stuff that I found that is really great. So let's go to readability now. Readability. So I have consecutive sentences, and transition words are not very good, okay? And of course, if you're like, well, what is a transition word? You can use more transition words, and I think they give you a list of transition words that you can use. Transition words. What are transition words? There we go. It actually explains to you what transition words are and some types of transition words that you could potentially be using, okay? Then here with the consecutive sentence, we'll highlight that because this is something that I can fix right now probably, and that's where it is. So you see it highlights it. It's like, okay, well, this is saying it's consecutive. Add this to your fan page also. So I'll say, instead of saying add, I'll put a profile photo, create a banner image, and add a button. So that should have changed the consecutive order of it. So there we go. Do you see how that changed it to the read it that fast? So it let me know certain things I needed to tweak or fix that made it better for someone to read or look at. And I found this works really well, especially helping getting posts ranked and as well as making it easier in the flow of structure of the post. Save it, we fix that. Update, perfect. So I'm not going to edit this next one I show you, I'm just going to show you how bad it is. So it definitely needs work on it. So this one, as you can see, look how short it is. I just have what is a Facebook tab, I put in the video, links I promised in the video, I put in there, and then I just put my thing at the end, okay? Because my goal in this was I really just wanted you to watch the Facebook tab video and then maybe go look at more other Facebook stuff. So the SEO is what is hurting, not the readability, but the Facebook, because I don't have an image in there. My text length is only 77. The SEO title is too short. So there's a couple things that I definitely could fix in this post if, I wanted to. But I'm not going to fix this post. I'm going to leave it like that because I think you got the gist of it. Yeah. So one of the key things when I write my blog posts on WordPress is I use that nifty tool like I talked about in the previous video, and I publish it. Then once I publish it, I actually showed you to add the categories, to add the tags, to add the feature image, and then you go in and maybe add more images or edit a little more depending on the readability of your post, because it'll actually let you know. It's like, okay, well, you need to fix this here, you need to fix this there. And then if you're SEOing and you want to do that, then it lets you know too how you're doing with that. So that is exactly how to write a blog post in WordPress. And if you want to use the same platform I use, Site Rubix, I left the link below for you, which uses WordPress in it. And then you don't have to worry about hosting and stuff. But if you're like, okay, I just want to create a WordPress blog, go ahead, do that. But I will say certain things that I do teach are all geared towards in that platform and within using the WordPress platform. So if you want to follow along with some of the other videos I do, this is how you'll be able to follow along. All right, so now that we've finished, let me make sure I covered everything. Yeah, so we covered bolding headers, italicizing, underlining, images, adding videos, stuff like that. So you should be pretty well off on starting to write a blog post on WordPress. And if you like this video, make sure to like it and share this with others who could use this or wanting to start a blog or wanting to go on WordPress. And yeah, that's it. So make sure you check out the other videos in the mini blog series so you kind of get the whole gist of everything, because we talked about how to set up a blog, we talked about how to write a blog post fast, and I gave you 5 structures I use, how to outline it and write it quickly, and then we talked about a nifty tool you can use in the previous video, and now you know how to write it on WordPress, and it's all tied in together. So, have fun, and yeah, in the comments below, if you have any questions, let me know. And if you need additional help in your business, or you want help blogging, stuff like that, message me on Instagram. I'll leave the link below, and I'd love to help you out in your business. I do offer personal coaching, or I do have some group stuff that we can do. All right, so with that being said, I will see you in the next video.